Okay, welcome back for the third time. The first time I started recording, I got distracted and then it kept recording for 2 hours after the 25 minutes. So, but then the time I realized I did not stop the recording, so I deleted and trashed that. Then I made a video trying to show the recording that I did, which was not too long ago. Then I got distracted as well. So hopefully this will be the final video. That's why usually I try to do some of these things at night because I'm not in an environment to really do music. I'm not, I can easily be distracted and so forth. But I wanted to give my little 2 cents and we're going to try to make a beat today. Like I said, I'm not a producer. I don't teach people how to make beats. I myself don't know how to make beats, but I do pretty okay. Now, there's all this hype about this AI or MIDI generator stuff going on, and a lot of people have their own opinion, I guess. But the main thing I want to address is there's a difference between a beginner and a pro. A pro, pretty much everything is perfect for you. You got the idea. You know how to prevent stuff. No fan in your thing. No in the background and all that good stuff. That's great. That is you, right? You can't make a beginner to be a pro if they don't have what you have or have the knowledge and the sensitive stuff that you have. A beginner is a beginner for a reason, right? So there's a lot of foolish people out there who believe that, hey, dude, no. There's a lot of beginners who pretty much maybe buy some equipments and they're able to ride on the equipment. So it's not their talent that's driving them or their ability or what they accumulated, but it's mostly the tools that they have that is kind of carrying them. But really deep down behind the scene, they're really empty. They don't really have the sufficient amount of knowledge to be consistent all the time because they rely on the gear. So that's another difference between a different kind of a beginner. And most of those beginners falls between like the intermediate. Usually it's very hard for them to be at a pro level. Usually their gear is pretty much what their mentor guides them into and be like, hey, and then they do the same thing and they get that great results and it works for them. But when it really comes down to testing their knowledge, they will not be able to perform consistently. All right, so that gets back to the reason why we're here. I decided that I was going to be using the AI generator or MIDI generated stuff from Unison there. I guess I never realized there was quite a few out there. I mean, there's a lot of people talking about a few of them out there. I didn't realize there was a lot of them out there. However, at the end of the day, one of the things as a beginner, maybe a lot of other beginners are naive, and that's the reason why society functions so stupidly, because people don't take the due diligence. They're easily like to follow something that's what I would say with a little bit of this on there, try to make it look a certain kind of way that is kind of appealing and easy to follow along. People try to do things that people try to follow things that looks glamorous, I guess that's what I would say. And they don't, and that's been our problem as humans. That's the reason why we're in such a debilitating state, because we don't have the capacity to really sit down and own an idea, own ourselves, know what we know, so that nobody can be able to take away what we know, and we can stand and be able to be who we are, respectfully, of course. So with that being said, with the AI generated stuff, people believe that as far as beginner using it, they need hours of this, hours of that. There's nothing under the sun that's going to make you generate something and make you make music if you just don't have the knowledge. You just got to have some sort of a talent, some sort of a gift and something towards music, or some insight from a friend or from a mentor to be able to make music. You can be a beginner and grab a MIDI pack, or you can be a beginner and grab these AI generators program. At the end of the day, you still may not be able to make beats because you don't have the fundamental. Because one of the things is that people feel like if you grab this, all of a sudden you're going to be making like beats back to back. And that's one of the little delusion I wanted to expound on. Right now I got the Unison MIDI and the Unison Bass Dragon. I use that for mostly for demonstrative purposes, but I want to see if I can start to incorporate it into my workflow. When I look at it, I look at it as if I don't know how to play keys and I never really know what keys the stuff is in, right? And I can get a piano player to come in and play keys. Even I tried connecting with other people who plays keys. It just never really worked out. So for me to get these chords generated, it's like hiring a keyboard player that I pay him a certain amount for, to play a certain amount of keys for me, and I have it readily available at my disposal, right? It's not something that's gonna make me. That is not a thing that's gonna make me make the music. It's not the application that's responsible for making the music, because at the end of the day, if that application just sits there, it doesn't accomplish anything until I use it. I put value into it. So the people who uses them, who they endorse and want to put their face up as far as these different platform, they themselves, they get writer's block. Even having this software, you will notice that even having this, you will still have to click to sometime, if you're lucky, 10 times. Sometime if you're not lucky, 50 times. You're going to have to keep clicking to find that one thing that will really inspire you, right? That will give you that inspiration for you to do stuff. And it's never ever going to be on the first try. You're not just going to click a chord and it's going to be the perfect one, or you're going to click a MIDI and a melody and it's going to be the perfect melody. You always have to be you the one that put value to that thing. It's like your ID card or your identification card or your passport. The passport is pretty useless, even if you have the United States name on it, or if you have a Russian name on it or a China name on it, because those are the businesses that own that passport, right? Even if their name is on it, if your face is not on there, that document is pretty useless. It has no value. You give credibility to that document, making that document useful in commerce, because without you, that document is a plain useless paper, pretty much. And that's pretty much how these things should apply. So nobody should make you think that when you grab these things, they're the one that are making you make all these hits. That is the wrong approach. That's one of the things I want to get that misconception out of there, because if I sit here and do something else, that made this stuff will not accumulate nothing until I put something into it and I say this idea is a great one. Also, keep in mind, when people do this stuff, when they do their commercials and stuff like that, they're only putting out the best idea. They probably ran through 50, maybe I get a credibility down. They went to 2 or 5 different spin and they got that perfect one, and then they make the video out of that and they say, and they want to make you think that every time that you click that, you're going to have something to make you go faster. No, don't believe that. That is a lie. That is something only a foolish person will believe. You still have to put in the work. It's not an easy done process. It may look easy at times. Sometimes things will just work for you. You click, boom, it works. Click, boom, it works. And then at other times, it's going to take a long time to really get something. Sometimes you have to click 30 times, 50 times to really get that vibe that you're looking for before you can go forward. That is one of the reasons why it's good to save something that you have liked previously before you actually so you can have something that you have, like a chord that you have saved previously, so that if things are failing and you need that quick inspiration, you can go to those. Like for me, there are few that I save here that I know that when I do want to jump to a chord that makes me feel the way I want to feel, I jump to it. I go to emote. Emote gave me something I feel like there's a little bit emotion in it. And then I can just play with different sounds and stuff to put in it. Sometimes, don't get me wrong, a lot of the chords that's generated, not really to my vibe. I mean, there might be a tons of variations, but those tons of variation, maybe about, if it's 1,000, that just says 1,000 variation. Maybe 10 to 25 might be something that vibe with me out of that 1,000 variation. The reason being is that the other might vibe, another individual might vibe with 20, 25, another might vibe with 50. So you gotta know your limits and know that it is not this application that's gonna make you make beats. It is how, your talent and using it in conjunction, giving it value, is how you're going to make beats. There's nothing you can do without some minor knowledge of music to make music. So if you're just doing something, following someone's idea or making beats exactly like another person, you don't have an identity. I was hoping, and then the first video I shot to make sure that I try to show that example, and it was perfect because I clicked to it, I think 12 times, but I got distracted and I left the computer, and then 2 hours went by. It's kind of pointless. I don't like to cut. I like unless I need to, but I don't like to cut stuff out and it just look weird for me. I want things to be genuine, even if people don't like it. Another thing is that pros, they have their lane and beginners have their lane. If you're a pro and you know things are working good for you, you shouldn't be, going to a beginner's level or something like that, trying to tell them this and that, especially when you know they don't have to. There's a reason why they're in that current situation. You understand? If there was a place where it was open money and free open source, where pros want to give their idea without downplaying the beginners, that would be great. But most of the time, I notice whatever it's in any kind of group, the pros are what they call themselves pros. Not everybody are pros that call themselves pros. That's one of the misconceptions again. Not everybody that call themselves pros are pros, but they will go in these charts. Some of them still struggling, and they hiding behind closed doors. Some of them still struggling to really be consistent with their craft, but because they had some minor successes, so they associate themselves with pro, but they really, sometimes people just get lucky and then that luck spell dries out. So when a beginner has a fan in the background or this in the background, you understand, just, as long as you're not immediately helping that person, it's better to come in, hey, great video, but have you thought about this? Don't say you should do this. Don't ever tell somebody that you haven't helped directly with this. If it's not working for you, you move on, you go to the next one and keep it moving. That's how people do things. If I like something, I like it. And then if I have to comment something, I comment on it. But I don't think I'm going to go on somebody's video and be like, man, you this, there, and try to, negative downplay them and stuff like that. I will try to address it in a different way. So that's a few things. I know I touched on a lot more when I did the first video. I wish I never deleted it. So just kind of keep that in mind as a beginner. There's going to be no software, no plugins that's going to magically do anything for you. No DAW that's going to magically make you into something until you take the time to make yourself that thing. You're the only one responsible, because if you're going to learn from another person, the knowledge you accumulate is your effort you put in by taking your time to learn from that person. That person did not make you, because not everybody they give that insight to flourish like you. Never give someone the ability to think they made you, because the simple fact is that, and that's how it make people so dependent. That's why the world is so disgusting, because people are so dependent on one another. We are supposed to be dependent on one another in another form, in another variation, but not in things like this that you can learn yourself. Right? There's a whole lot of bunch of information on YouTube, but you gotta get the basic fundamentals going. So we're just gonna try to make a beat today and see how it sounds. If the sound is not too latency, don't have too much latency and all that stuff, we are going to use that opportunity to start just opening up Fruity Loop. Messed that up. We're gonna try to open up Fruity Loop and make the beats there, and then we're gonna continue with the Magix manual as we continue to go through until we get a new computer. If that happens, we'll get a new computer to be able to handle, because technically right now my computer should still be able to handle what I'm trying to do to it, because I even searched on a music computer and I have the same specs of what they was charging for a new computer. So it's just strange that it's happening this way, but it is what it is. So let's try to use this stuff right now and see what we can kind of come up with. Okay, so for example, if you're a beginner, if you're not a chord person, you don't have to be a chord person. You can do hybrid. It's more of something, but for me, I like chords and I can be able to maneuver it however I want to. But I haven't really gotten a chance to really dive deep into music. I just do like pretty much like patchy stuff. Like I just lay chords down, put beats on it, and do some arrangement. I don't really go to the whole mile. Some other people, they will try to add reverb during the composing. They will add delays. They will do all the compressing. They try to do too much just to make themselves entertain, and that's their workflow. But they shouldn't expect everybody to work like that, right? Not because you want to add all these, you want to mix while composing, doesn't mean everybody wants to flow that way. You understand? For me, I like things plain. If a rapper was to come and he can rap on it because he doesn't hear a delay, then I start questioning, where's your creativity? Now you got to flow and vibe with everybody, but the question will still be, where's your creativity? Why it has to be this for you to do that? You should be able to fit every situation. Your talent should be able to fit every situation. You should be as versatile as possible. But at the same time too, the person who's doing that too also need to be versatile. But at the end of the day, it comes to that point as if you're mangling things together, you're mangling mixing and composing and editing all together into one thing, and that's how other people flow. But some of us, we don't flow that way. You know, for me, I can rap on a beat. That's just how I make it without any effects and anything. Then when I sit down, I get to know what more I can do with the instruments surrounding everything that's done. Then I can add more. I can mix, and I know exactly what to kind of do with those instruments at that time. So pretty much that's another thing I wanted to mention. But let's go ahead and get started. We're gonna go to chords. I hope that we get that point I'm trying to make across here. Okay, let's be very honest. This chord, I think I might like it. Simply said, it doesn't always work like this. That's what I'm trying to say. It doesn't always work like this. Sometimes you have to click 30 times, 50 times, and stuff like that. So now that I like this chord, there's a whole lot of things I can do with this chord, but it's going to be my main baseline for everything else, right? So first of all, because of that, I'm going to start with pads today. Instead of doing piano keys and all that kind of stuff, I'm going to start with a pad. I do abnormal, lower this down, and let's drop that. Let's do 8 bars, and then let's drop that in and see what it sounds like. I'll turn that off. I think I like that. Uh, okay, so I thought it crashed. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Let's see. Boom, boom, boom. I think I'm gonna do one last thing. Gonna add one last thing here. And let's see how it sounds. Oh, that's a nice creep. I'm gonna save this selection here. Save as underwater. Now that we have that, I'm gonna try to get a melody going, right? We can do something with that, okay? So we can easily just what would I use? I can mix a brass and a guitar, maybe a trumpet. Okay, let's go back. Actually, let's add something else that has the full spectrum. So, actually, I wanted the opposite way. I want this up, and I want this down. I will go down. I think I'll go down here instead. I'm gonna take this one off, and now I want to see. Nope, let's come back here. I think I'm gonna go. You know what? I'm gonna take this off. Bring this up here. I think I should. I want to be able to hear this. That's probably why I couldn't hear it. Nope, let's go back here. Alright, and then I'm probably gonna. I wanted that would be in the range of the. No, it's not in the range of the trombone. I actually kind of like that, and I wish I could find one of those. Actually, I opened this one, right? I wish I could get one of the Appreciate to kind of go along with this one. So let's see. Let's drag and drop that in. Okay, and let's see what's going to work with that. Let my soul bleed, let my heart bleed, let my heart go, let my heart bleed. So you run the corner, run, you understand what you wanna? You can tell me what you really, really wanna. The same on the side, and you wanna ride, join the candle ride. You can do what the same on the side. Hey, when I think when I hear it in the eyes, looking fly, looking cute, looking smart, looking smooth, looking in with eye, looking at you. You can see what I do when I am, when I boot, when I hit, when I spit, when I lose my tooth. Some people cannot do something like that until they hear a kick and beats and stuff like that. They can't hear a melody and flow on top of that. That's I mean, creativity. You should be able to say anything on top of anything. That's creativity. Right now, a lot of people may not like this, but it's something, right? It's not exactly what they like, but it's something. I could flow, I could go, I could let my heart flow, sing, jumping in the middle when it's in the verse. Gonna end in the verse. Round two, gonna hit it with a tricks. I'm gonna hit him in the. So we said we're gonna try to appreciate, right? Let's go all the way down and see if we can find something. Not the right one, of course. Those are the things that slows down your creativity. We're gonna use the same thing again and see how it turns out. Now, I could have used a different kick pattern. The reason what I'm trying to say is that because people is trying to think a specific thing when it comes down to the kick rhythm, and it doesn't matter what type of melody and stuff you create, as long as it's you and it's kind of within a right kind of a thing, you should fit most kick pattern with it. And right now I can actually change, for example, let's just continue. What I'm trying to say is that, what if I don't like this this close hat? So what if I didn't really like that, and maybe I wanted to go with let's go, actually let's try to see if we can do, oh, wrong area. So actually let's see, yeah, so that's not where we want that. We don't want that over there. Make the wrong move. We want it over here. 4. Okay. Oh. Come on. Come on. Don't be shy. And then maybe we'll take this off, or we can just highlight and Control V or just Control Z. And let's put it in here if we can. Okay. It's not really cutting it. I want to get out. Okay. The reason why I actually wanted to come out today was not really to make beats, was to try. I haven't really read anything about this. This Unison Bass Dragon. So we're gonna see what it can do. I guess it's supposed to generate a bass line for your track. So maybe I should have probably read through the manual first. As far as I know, it's supposed to create a good bass line for your track. So let's open up Unison MIDI Wizard. So I open it up and the other one goes away. I want to open them side by side. Okay, that doesn't really work for me. So let's go here and open this back up. Because I'm guessing, let's see what it would generate first. Because I'm trying to get my chord in there and see, we're doing trap and we are doing 808. Let's see what it comes out with. So we're gonna play in context with the track. Let's see what it sounds like by itself. Let's load that down. Where are you? Okay, so let's see what it sounds like by itself. So now they're here in context. Actually, I'm actually gonna drag and drop that in. Let's see if the bass sound work with this. The only thing is that one thing you know about me, I hate working with wave when it comes to MIDI. That's why I don't really like loops. I know people are very advanced. They can stretch the loop, the audio loop. They can to make it sound different. I like MIDI. I have control. It's versatile. I can do what I want, even though it's still loop, but it's like somebody picked the sound for me. I can't get to pick my own sound. So yeah, that's one of the things I don't like about it. So we're going to slowly bring this in and see how it sounds like with the track. Now I do love how this bass sound. Now I don't know if there's a way to actually drag that sample out into here, but let's see the one that I pick if it goes with the track. So let's see. Okay, so definitely not going very well here. Sounded better in the Unison MIDI Wizard. So, let's see. Let's open this up here. And let's bring the attack back and set the release more and see what we have now. Okay, so we're gonna have to get a different sample because that's definitely not working. I'm gonna read a little bit more about this bass dragon, but what I am gonna do is I am going to mute this and use the Unison bass one to kind of flow with this until I can figure stuff out. And where are you? So we're right here. Let's go and turn you on. So we're going to turn that on. Okay. And we're just going to flow and then I'll add more. Yeah, I can keep going and adding more stuff. I do want to lay this track down, but I think we are an hour. I'm going to end out here. Yeah, we're about an hour. So what we'll be doing is, like, people who come out and make 8-minute beats, 5-minute beats, 12-minute beats, I don't affiliate myself with them because it is wrong to mislead people and say you make a 5-minute beats, 10-minute beats. Creativity have no limit. It's nothing about getting the beat done, because at the end of the day, they're not going to be like, oh, the beat I rap on, it was only made in like 2 minutes. And I spit on it like 2 minutes. I mean, people do that for the sake of it, just for promoting aspect. But yeah, don't sell yourself short. I'm going to end this here. It's going to be part 2. I'm going to leave it exactly as it is. And then when I figure out about the bass line, we're actually going to lay this track down. So it'll probably be either next week based on my schedule. We might do that, and then we'll lay it down. Then we'll do a little bit of throwing some plugins on there. We're not going to do mixing. It's not mixing. Mixing is different from throwing on plugins just to get it out. We're just going to throw some plugins, but we're not going to use our hands. We're just going to put some plugins on it, and then we're going to go ahead and put it out there. So I hope the audio came out pretty well. But for now, this is where we're at. Like, I even wanted to add a toms. I wanted to add toms. Oh, I think I'm going to do that. So let's just do that really quickly and then we can go. Okay? Ready? Let's put it here. So the entire arrangement right here is the first hook. Now I have to try to find the very last part of another last melody that will be added on the very last hook. Now some of these are going to be coming in and out. Some of them will not even have. Okay, if we're doing the verse will sound just like this. Excuse me, it will sound just like this without the toms. Maybe it will be plain without this. We'll take this angel off, and maybe we'll take away 2 of this off, and hopefully it will sound something like this. Oh, we gotta get that one out of there too. It's not supposed to be there. Okay, we'll just drag down. I don't want to drag down, but we can just drag down. I'm living the moment. I'm living my flow. I'm doing my thing. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. I'm living my life. I'm doing my thing. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. I'm living my life. I'm doing my thing. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. You know what? When I get the whole setup, what I can actually After I'm done making a beat like this, then I can go ahead and record it right away. That would be live for like 6 hours. I I'll make a beat like this. I'll write to it like right here, and my writing is pretty long. I'm like I take a long time to come up with stuff because I gotta think about it. I gotta Google it. I gotta research it. Sometimes I'm not a like I said, everything I do I guess is cheating because I will research what I'm doing and then I'll also try to see what other word rhymes with it and see if the definition has some kind of context within that I can actually use to define that word within that sentence. So it takes a long time, but for me, as far as not being a professional, would when we get to that stage, if we can get to that stage, we still have a long way to go. I think at least 6 months, but we need to get our audio working. So as far as this goes, this will be like the verse, and then I will kind of tell you what will be going in and out. So we're just gonna take a little like 5-10 minutes, and then we're gonna be gone. So 1 hour 15 minute max for this. Okay. Let's see. I think we should have 1 hour 10 minutes. Yeah. So 5 minutes, and then we'll be done. Just going to the verse. So then the verse will just come in. We'll add this in. We'll add this in. We'll add this in. And then this will be like the very last part of the hook. We'll take this out. And well, I mean, part of this would have been going in the first verse, but it doesn't really matter. So then this will be the actual hook. So the next time we'll be doing this, we'll do another hour, and that will be arranging how we're gonna have them, and then we're gonna probably add more sound. The thing about arranging is it's only lets you know what you have, and then from there You can go ahead and fill in the put a little fillers here and there, do rises and do the kind of things. So there are stages to how, for me, I do my thing. I haven't done them yet because I really haven't really been putting time into music like that. It's just been like hobby. But now, though it's still hobby, I still want to be able to put time and effort to show respect to those who take it seriously, but they're really not serious at all. So this is where we're gonna stop here. I want to thank you for coming through. I hope the sound came out right. And I'm gonna leave everything raw like this. I am not going to go ahead and do anything. I'm gonna put it up right now so that at least there is something up there for at least we can wait for a week. Right? So thank you for coming through. This is my vanity, and thank you for hanging out with me, Mr. Smooth. Yeah, Mr. Smooth. And you have a blessed day. Peace.